Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. We are in the All Units Review for Final packet, Final Exam Review number 2, Chapter 3 Equations. We are going to go over linear equations, variables, how to solve, satisfy, check substitute solutions, one, none, and infinite solutions. So let's chat about something. The word that confuses people most often is this one, satisfy. Now, I think of satisfy as it works in the equation. So if I substitute a number back into an equation and both sides are equal, it satisfies the equation. Check and substitute, you know, and the number of solutions, one, none, and infinite, you should know. Just remember also that this is an infinity sign, and you can use that as well as the word infinite. All right, so how to do this. First things first, clear parentheses, distribute, multiply what's outside the parentheses times everything inside it. Combine like terms on each side of the equal sign. What I usually do is I will draw a dotted line down from the equal sign. So draw a line down from the equal sign. So you're going to draw a line down from the equal sign. All right, the next thing is to get all the variables on one side of the equal sign. Use inverse operations like adding or subtracting and move the smaller variable term. Now, you don't have to move the smaller variable term, but it does make it easier in the end to divide by a positive number. All right. You can add or subtract the constant to get it to the opposite side. Again, we are going to use inverse operations and multiply or divide by the coefficient of the variable, inverse operations. So let's start with this first one. The first problem is a multiple choice problem. So I don't really have to show my work for this. I could, do sort of a guess and check, but I like to show my work so that you can see what I'm doing. So I am going to multiply the number outside the equal sign times everything in it. So 4 times x and 4 times subtract 1. And 3 times 2x and 3 times negative 6. So once I do that, I get 4 times x, 4x. 4 times negative 1, negative 4. Minus 4, sorry. 3 times 2x, 6x. 3 times 6 is 18, so subtract 18, plus 4. Now this is where I like to draw that dotted line down from the equal sign. Dot, 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 dot. And I can combine like terms on one side of the equal sign. Now look at this mess. There's no like terms there. I'm just going to write it down the way it is. 4x minus 4 equals, well, 6x doesn't have a like term on the same side either, so I'm going to write that. But this, subtract 18, add 4. I am going to change that subtraction to add negative. Now I'm adding negative 18 plus 4. The signs are different, so you subtract and get 14. And 18 is larger than 4, so 18 is negative. And I like to use negative signs and subtraction signs almost interchangeably, so just know that that's me. All right, now I have to get all my variables on one side. And 4x is a smaller variable than 6x. But to go over the equal sign, I have to do the inverse. And the inverse of 4x is negative 4x. So on both sides, negative 4x. Now, let's see, 4x minus 4x is 0. And I just bring down negative 4 equals 6x minus 4x is 2x minus 14. So now, to get everything on the same side, I am going to add 14 to both sides. So plus 14 Again, inverse operations. To get it to the opposite side, you have to do the inverse. So negative 4 plus 14 is 10. Bring down the 2x, and negative 14 and positive 14 is 0. Divide by 2. Oh goodness, look at me all getting squishy math on the bottom here. Don't worry about it, guys. And 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 2 divided by 2 is x, so x equals 5. And I know that's the answer because right over here, answer number 3 is 5. So let's try the next one. The next one is a two-part problem. Sometimes they ask you two different things. So this problem says solve the equation, but it also says how many solutions are there. So I have to do both of those. So I'm going to rewrite that problem, and I'm going to change a few things when I write it. Watch. Remember how I said minus is like plus and negative? So I'm going to write 8 plus negative, and there's like an invisible 1 there, but I'm going to make it visible. I'll make a 1 right there. And then parentheses 2x minus 6 equals 22. So now when I multiply, it's going to be negative 1 times 2x and negative 1 times, don't lose that sign, negative 6. Nothing happened to the 8, plus negative 1 times 2, negative 2x, negative 1 times negative 6, positive 6 equals 22. Now I can combine like terms, so I got to put my little dot, dot, dot thing here. And on the same side of the equal sign is 8 plus 6. Okay, nothing happens to the negative 2, I just keep it. But 8 plus 6 is 14, and that equals 22. Now, to get to the opposite side, I have to do the inverse operation, so minus 14 from both sides. And, negative 2x equals 22 minus 14 is 8. Okay. Divide by negative 2. Because the inverse of multiply by negative 2 is divide by negative 2. And I get x equals negative 4. Da, 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 da. How many solutions are there? That's the second part of the problem. Now, I know a lot of people would have gotten right here and stopped. Boom! But no, you have to do the other part. How many solutions are there? There is one solution to this equation. Oh, don't forget your period and a puffy cloud of happiness, because we're happy there's an answer there, right? Yay, math. Okay, the next one is 18y minus 6y equals negative parentheses y plus 2 plus y. I think I'm going to rewrite that, and I'm going to put negative 1 outside those parentheses again. So 18y minus 6y equals, instead of just a little tiny negative sign that's hard to round, nice big negative 1. And then y is 1y plus 2 plus, again, 1y. Why? Because it makes it easier later. All right, so negative 1 times y and negative 1 times 2. 18 minus 16y, 18y minus 6y equals, negative times positive is negative 1y, negative plus times positive, negative 2 plus 1y. Well, that's the weirdest looking 1y. It's a good thing I have my white out here to fix anything stupid looking. Ugh, well, not nice to say it that way, but no, here we go. Plus 1y. Oh, wait a second. Time to put those little dots here. Dot, 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 dot. 18 plus 6 minus 6y is 12y. And also, negative 1 and positive 1 is 0. So then I just have negative 2 on this side. Well, that's easy enough to solve. Divide by 12, and I get y equals negative 1/6, which is kind of a weird answer. And I don't like that answer, so I'm going to check it, because I don't trust fractions, and I really don't trust negative fractions. So let me just shrinky-dink that down, move it over, and I'm going to check it. So first, I'm going to put it in the left half of the equation. 18 times negative 1/6 minus 6 times negative 1/6. I'm also going to put it on the other side of the equation. Negative parenthesis 1/6 plus 2 plus 1/6. Oh, I would have done it wrong. Those are both negative 1/6. So let's see. Oh, calculator time. Boop, 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 boo. Let's put this in a calculator, because who wants to think? That comes out to negative 2. And that comes out to also negative 2. Ooh, look at that. It checks, it checks. That is the right answer. Annoying as it is, that negative 1/6 is the correct answer. So let's keep going. Onward, onward. On the back. Here we go. This problem, there's 2 mistakes. One that changes the answer, and one that's just kind of housekeeping. So right here, what they did was they added 2 to both sides, and the 2 disappears and it becomes 18. Now that's not going to change the answer. That's actually just annoying. It's not really wrong. It's just bleh. But this next one, line 2, you were supposed to multiply times x and multiply times 4. Well, 3 times x is 3x, but 3 times 4 is 12. So the mistake that would make the problem wrong is right here between lines 2 and 3. So that's actually the wrong answer. The next one is not bad. Again, I'm going to make it nice and big so you can see. And I'm going to rewrite it, and I'm going to put a lot of 1s in there for myself, because you know me. So here I have 1d minus 2d plus 3 equals 3 minus 1d. Now, combine like terms. 1d minus 2d is negative 1d plus 3 equals 3 minus 1d. Well, I have to combine like terms, right? I'm going to add 1d to both sides. And now I get 3 equals 3. Oh, I know what this is. When it's exactly the same on both sides, it's infinitely many solutions. So there isn't just one solution to this. When they come to be equal, it's infinitely many solutions. And I could put any number in there and I would still get the right answer. So la-di-da-di-da-di-do, that is done. All right, number 6 says solve each of the following equations and check your answers. Ew, yuck, I have to actually show work and check things. Yes, yes you do, get over it. Here we go. For this one, when I rewrite it, 3 over 2x minus 12 equals 18. I am going to put my dotted lines here. I can't combine like terms, but I can add 12 to both sides. And I get 2/3 x equals 18 plus 12 is 30. Now, I'm going to multiply times the inverse. 3 over 2 times 3 over 2. Crisscross applesauce, 3 and 3 cancel, 2 and 2 cancel, and x comes down here by itself. Now, 3 times 3 is 90, divided by 2 is 45. So now I have x equals 45 as my answer. Now I got to check it because it tells me to. How do you check it? You rewrite the problem, 3 over 2, and you substitute the answer you got, 45, where the x is, minus 12 equals, oh dear, now you can't see it, equals 18. Okay, let's try this. I think I did it wrong. Did I do that wrong? No, that's right. All right. Yeah, watch what happens. 3 times 45. I don't know. Hey Siri, what's 3 times 45? Oh, it's 135. Hey Siri, what's 135 divided by 2? Oh, 67.5, okay. Here we go, 67.5 minus 12 equals 18. Hey Siri, what's 67.5 divided, minus 18? Sorry about that. Hey Siri, what is 67.5 minus 12? Siri, you demons, you're not going to tell me? Ugh, I hate when she gives me, websites to check. All right, 60 minus 10 is 50. 57 minus 55.5. That is not equal to 18. Well, I'll be darned. I made a mistake. Oh dear, if I hadn't checked it, I wouldn't have found my mistake. That's why you check your work. So now I have to go all the way back here and look at it. 3 over 2. I made my mistake right here. It was a copying error. It should be 3 over 2 times x. Not what I wrote. I did the mistake. Look at me making mistakes. Aren't I the worst? All right, so it should be 3 over 2x. And I'm going to multiply that times 2 over 3. And that still cancels. And now I have to multiply that times 2 over 3. 3 times 2 is 60. 60 divided by 3 is 20. So now I know my answer should be 20. So I'm going to come back here. And I'm not going to cross that out a lot. I'm just going to kind of do that. So I can write next to it the actual work. Here we go. 3 over 2 and times 20 minus 12 is 18. 3 times 20 is 60. 60 divided by 2 is 30. Minus 12 is 18. Well, 30 minus 12 is 18. That equals 18. That checks. Now, if I hadn't gone back and checked myself, I'd have wrecked myself. Be careful. All right, last problem we're going to do today. Ooh, decimals. Yay. Blah. Oh, wait, no, yay. Love decimals. When I rewrite it, 0 and 2/10 x plus negative 3 times 0 and 4/10 x minus 1 and 2/10 equals 3/10. Okay, you know what I did. I added a negative. So now, I'm going to multiply that, and I'm going to multiply that. Let's do that. And I get 0 and 2/10 x minus 1 and 2/10 x, because 3 times 4 is 12, there's 1 decimal point. Negative times negative is positive. 3 and 6/10 equals 3/10. Ugh, tenths, all over the darn place. Let's get rid of those by multiplying times 10. Haha, they can all go away. And then I get 2x minus 12x plus 36 equals 3. Ha, so much better now. 12 minus 2, negative 10x plus 36 equals 3, minus 36 from both sides. And I get negative 10x equals negative 33. Divide by 10, divide by negative 10 Bono. You know what, let's just write that up here. Negative 10x equals negative 33. Divide by negative 10. And you get x equals 3 and 3/10. Yay us. So that's what we're going to go back in and check. Da, 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 da. So go back in and check. It's up to you. Bye.